All right, today our objectives, we are starting our ratio unit. It's hard to see me, it's so dark. We're starting our ratio unit today. I love ratios. Ratios are kind of fun and cool and we use them in a lot of ways. So today's objectives, we are going to be able to state ratios and we're going to write them. All right? All right, you should have your Glencoe book open to the very first page, lesson 2, page 19 of your book. We're going to start with a real world link. Okay? Our real world link talks about dogs. Okay? In her dog walking business, Miss DeCarbo, she walks 2 large dogs, 8 small dogs. And they want us to compare the number of small dogs to large dogs. And it's saying use yellow counters to represent large dogs, red counters to represent small. Now I don't have a yellow marker, so I'm going to have to use, let's see. I'm going to use green to represent the large, and then I can use my red. So green, what she got? She's got 2 large. So green dog, and then red. How many little ones here? 8. 2 little ones, 3 little ones, 4 little ones, 5 little ones, 6 little ones, 7 little ones. That one's a Chihuahua. Just kidding. All right, and 8. All right. So yours should look like this. If you don't have markers or colored pencils, whatever, that's fine. Just you can even make a circle and put an R in it. Okay. As long as you understand there's 8 small and 2 big. Now the first sentence says 2 plus what equals 8. All right. Pretty easy. 2 plus 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. So there are blank more small dogs than large dogs. So there are, let's see. Well, if we have 8 altogether, but we have 2 large, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more small dogs than large dogs. Okay? Because since we have 2 large dogs, we have to take these 2 large dogs, take out these 2 small ones. And you end up with still 6 more. Okay, just so you understand how that worked. All right. Then it says 2 times something equals 8. 2 times what is 8? Good, 4. I wish a smartboard would get fixed. That would help me a lot. All right, there are blank times as many small dogs as large dogs. There are 4 times as many small dogs as large dogs. And we see here 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 times as many. 8 minus something is 2. 8 minus something is 2. 6. There are blank fewer large dogs than small dogs. There are 6 fewer large dogs than small dogs. There are 6 fewer. Again, you got 6 more small dogs, so there's 6 fewer small dogs. 6 fewer large dogs than small dogs. Last one, 8 plus something equals 2. The number of large dogs is blank over blank the number of small dogs. Now, most people would want to say 2 out of 6, right? And I'm going to get rid of these 2 black ones if I can do it without messing them up too bad. Most people would want to say we have 2 large dogs to 8 small dogs. Okay? But there's also another way to look at this. What if we said we have 1 large dog to 4 small dogs? So we could almost cut this right in half. And are they equal amounts? Is there the same on the top as on the bottom? Sure. So instead of saying 2 out of 8, we could say 1, for every 1 large dog, there are 4 small dogs. Okay? So 1 out of 4. And then this 8 plus something equals, it's a divide by. 8 divided by something equals 2. Well, 8 divided by 4 equals 2. Okay, so this shows you how to not only write the ratio, but also how to simplify it. You always want your ratio as small as you can make it. That just makes life a lot easier for everybody. Okay, if I know in my classroom, for every 1 female student I have 6 boys, it can help me group them easier. It can help me determine exactly how many I have. It can determine a lot of different things for me. All right, the higher the ratio, sometimes it's a little bit harder to figure those things out. So you always want to get that ratio as simplified as you can. And that's going to require just a little bit of division, but usually it's not real big division. Okay? All right, make sure you have this down. You should have been able to follow right along with me. I'm going to move on to the next page. All right, so now we're talking about ratios, and we talked a little bit about this last week. There's different ways to compare amounts and quantities. Quantities. Boy, it's morning, you can tell. I'm not with it this morning. All right, a ratio is a comparison of 2 quantities by division. Okay, don't let that division scare you. It just means that we're simply going to simplify it. A ratio of 2 red paper clips to 6 blue paper clips can be written 3 ways. So here we go. They're showing you again how to write that, just like I showed you last week. So you can write 2 with a TO 6. You can write 2 with a colon 6. You can write 2 over 6. And even on your test or any kind of assessment, any way that you write those ratios, that's correct. Doesn't matter which one of the 3 ways you write it, it's going to be a correct answer. Okay? Now they're going to give us this example. Write the ratio in simplest form. If they tell you simplest form, that means you're going to divide that down as low as you can possibly get it. Okay? Write the ratio in the simplest form that compares the number of red paper clips to the number of blue paper clips. Okay? So if we look at both these groups, we have 2 red over, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blue. So your ratio is 2 to 6, or 2 over 6. And then down here, they're showing us how to simplify. They're saying if you divide by the top and the bottom by the same number, then it works. You can simplify it down. And I know that I can divide both of these by 2. And 2 divided by 2, 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 6 3 times. So for every 1 red paper clip, I have 3 blue. And if you look at the picture, that does match. 1 red, 3 blue, 1 red, 3 blue. So the ratio 2 over 6 can be simplified to 1/3. All right. Let's see. Let's see if you got it. We are going to write the ratio in simplest form that compares the number of suns to the number of moons. I want you to pause this video real quick, and then I want you to see if you can write the number of suns to moons. And remember, our rule is that whatever's written first has to be, whatever's written in words first has to be written in numbers first. So the number of suns has to go first, and the number of moons has to go second. Okay? Number of suns has to go first, moons have to go second. Pause this video, try it out. I'm going to tell you the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you should have paused. Let's talk about this. We got suns have to go first. How many suns do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to write over here. 3 suns. How many moons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 over 6. All right, we can simplify this. What can we divide 3 over 6 by? And I always look at that numerator. That numerator, remember, is the top number. I always look at that numerator first, and I ask myself, can that top number go into the bottom number? So can 3 go into 6? Because if it can, that's always going to bring you down to the very simplest form. Because 3 divided by 3 is what? 1. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. And whenever you have a fraction that has a 1 on the top, you know you're completely at simplest form. So that is the very lowest that you can go. So your final answer of ratio of suns to moon is 1/2, or you can write 1:2, or 1:2. Any of those answers is acceptable. A ratio can always be written 3 different ways. All right, that's going to wrap us up for today. I'm going to let you do some practice on writing these ratios and figuring out what they are and writing them in order. If you have any questions after that, you just let me know. Remember, objectives today, we're looking for those ratios, we're finding them, and we're writing them 3 different ways. Have a great day. Make great choices.